Hey everyone, welcome back to the Roottrees Are Dead. Let's continue our investigations. Last time, we locked in on Clark, Jim, and Gwen. I believe that's actually all of the famous people. Yeah, that's it. So we might be running into trouble from here on forward. It's not going to be so easy anymore. But I also realized I hadn't caught it by the end of last episode. You know how when we verify something, they become yellow? Look, Clark's whole thing with Jane LaRue and Kim LaRue didn't get locked in. Am I wrong for this? Well, I've got to be, right? Because it seems that he was involved with 3 different women, and we only know about 2 so far, so this isn't... Like, maybe they didn't get married, they were just dating, or what? I remember last time where we got his picture was... here. Yeah, this is probably the mother of the children, and then we have the children here. There's no name for the wife, though. Katrina. His youngest is Katrina, so this is Katrina probably. Can I say that? Yeah, because I know the height thing for the Roottree sisters got me before, but these seem like this is the older sister, this is the younger sister. I think we can say that at the minimum. So something like that then. And then the mother would be this lady here. So the only thing contentious is what is her name? Katrina. LaRue! Rafferty LaRue. Oh! Did he end up marrying Kim? Wow, that's so scandalous actually. So you were dating slash married? I don't know, I can't tell how... I thought they were just dating, but I'm not so sure anymore. If this is Kim instead? Well, let's see. Rafferty... Chris. Rafferty LaRue, Jessica. Oh, it's gotta be Jessica then, because these are the only 2 kids that have these kind of last names. Occupations? How old are they? Is there a way to find out? Baby. they're I feel like I would want to look at them and say they're babies, but is there... If they're kids, maybe it's just something really... Student college, student K-12. I wonder if there's any professions here that are not used at all. Yeah, baby, student, could be... well, they're probably K-12. They look like they're older than kindergarten age, but I'm not completely sure yet. Kim and Jane. You wanna go look back at what was going on with these people? Kim LaRue. Yeah, they were in the band. Well, Kim wasn't in the band. Youngest Kim is about to step into a prominent role on Broadway, taking over for one of the children in Oliver. That's like a musical. Well, we know Clark ended up breaking up with Jane, so I guess it makes sense to move it down, but we haven't seen any clue that there was a 3rd woman in all this so far. So I'm a little bit hesitant, but this makes more sense than having it as what it is right now because they didn't verify it. This is just plain wrong. So maybe there was another woman involved before. Well, not involved, but it's just that they split up. Actual marriages though, or is it just dating? I can't believe he married Kim though, that's crazy. Jane LaRue. I'm trying to remember my own notes here from before. Clark? So these were the free spirits? Super Bowl ad. If we try to do Kim LaRue... There's no famous people here, so I don't think this will yield too much. Oh! Jane Del Vecchio is listed on a talent for hire site as a wedding singer. Way down in the credentials, it mentions she got her start as a young girl when she was Jane LaRue of the Lucky LaRues. It also mentions to only contact her agent in the event that you actually wish to hire her, and that any and all inquiries about her past or her sister will be ignored. I'm getting a very strong impression they don't talk anymore. And why would they? Kim is a homewrecker. No, we want to know more about music here. Lucky LaRues. Oops. The same one. Yeah. Well, I think it is Kim then. But what is this third woman that we've never heard of? What a mystery. Is the age of their kid mentioned anywhere? That would help in determining a job for them. Diamond LaRue? Yeah, this is more talking about Jim and Diamond. Rafferty LaRue. Clark Rafferty LaRue. He's still married to her. Yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay. Well, maybe we'll leave it alone for now, but, maybe be on the lookout for, another woman here. There are no more LaRues. He can't. Diamond's happily married. You can't do this. Or it could be, I mean, it could be a man too. We don't know. Keep an open mind. That could totally be a thing too. Let's check out what evidence we haven't looked at yet. There's actually quite a bit. These times. Oh, the single from C and J and J and D. This is such a clunky name. I don't like it. Jim and Roottree memorabilia. Clark Rafferty.
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you, and you for me.
It's very country sounding.
Will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge. Rivers rambling, onward surge.
They're kind of covering their faces though. It's hard for me to tell who is who. Can we tell? Jim. These two look so similar to me. I can't tell who it is at all. Clark? I guess we can just guess one and then hope that we guess the right one, and then by the time we get 3 people again, it'll tell us if we got the right one or not. This is just because I'm face blind. It's not because I'm trying to guess at a right answer. Diamond? Diamond is blonde, I think? So I guess it makes sense it's the blonde. Which means... Okay, this makes sense too, because Jane, this spouse has a slot for a picture, and we know that Jane has a picture. And this person doesn't have a picture. Okay, we'll give that a go for now. Okay, can we switch songs? I'm sorry. I don't know if this is copyrighted. I don't think so. I think it's like original compositions for the game. Wolf. We found a picture of a Christmas card from Jim and Diamond to their fan club. The description said it included a picture of his son Wolf, listening to his parents' latest music. Wolf. Alright. Jim and Diamond have 2 kids. Did we not put this in the thing? We need like a 4th level. 4. For the kids? His son Wolf listening to his parents' latest music. In 1990... Okay, I'm just gonna take the whole thing, just in case if the years are important. 2 years ago. Wolf looks fairly young here. I just don't know which kid, because they have 2 kids apparently. Jim Roottree. Did they come for any reunions that I can quickly see here? Newspaper clipping. Oh, this person looks familiar. I've seen them in that picture before. Let me just quickly scan around. Conquistador. A CD from a band called the Floozies that is only available at their live shows. The Floozies, we've heard about that before. Candy. The vocals, this is a Roottree. Where do we learn about the floozies? Oh, Jim and Diamond's young son Wolf, as well as a note about his daughter's band, the Floozies. Oh, okay, so Candy. Young son. Young son as in the daughter is older than the son? Candy Roottree? The Floozies. I'll put this here. You think so? Maybe we can try looking in the periodical. The Floozies. No? Maybe they're not well known enough. Floozies. The Floozies are an all-female punk band operating out of NYC. They're mentioned in passing in an online review from earlier. Yeah, opening act. All three of them are famous. Yeah, this is how we got this to begin with. Yeah, I think we can try... probably just... This is Candy. Candy, who is not as young as Wolf. It's a young Wolf, okay? Don't lie to me. And then Wolf will be this kid. Candy will be this. Candy, is she a musician? Do you have to earn money from something to have it as your occupation? Because the thing did mention that she probably wasn't making any money from this. It's more that she's rich and she was bankrolling her music activities. Something like that. Kid, I can't tell. I mean, he looks really young. He looks young and he's not doing too much. There was also, Oh, Carl's cousin Jim Roottree, notable singer who had a young daughter around the same age as Raina. Right, and then Raina has a job. Raina is the oldest one, which leads some credence to Candy being older than Wolf. Something simple like student. I feel like it's a bit of a guess though. I'm not so sure. But then these two kids are probably young. Yes! But I think these are freebies. They're just kids. Oh, see Jane. Ah. Did we get the right pictures for the men? No, we didn't.
You're listening to WRTT.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottree's belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why.
So fast.
For that article, search online for WRTT News. Again, that's WRTT.
The picture is wrong though. Neither of these pictures got picked? Okay, so it's probably the other way around then. This is Clark. It looks the exact same to me. It looks the exact same. This way then? Is this not Clark? Am I face blind? They look like they have the same-ish smile to me. No? Is it actually this guy? He had glasses then. It's kind of hard to tell. I guess this guy's face could... I'll just keep it here. If they say it's right, it's right. If they don't, then it's not. If we have this though, then I feel like we could probably say Jessica is also a student because she doesn't look much older than Katrina. So we might have one here. I'm pretty sure, Okay, we already locked in on Miracle Jr.'s wife Edith, Miracle the Third, and his wife Nicole. I didn't do this last time because I think there were multiple Nicoles, right? One way we could do it is we could just try a Nicole and then see if it works. I think that's a valid way to do it. It's not too guessy. Madsen... God, didn't we have something about Madsen earlier? CM? CM? There is way too much going on here, and this is, No, Morden. Morden. So it could be Nicole Smith or Nicole Madsen. I'll just try Nicole Smith for now. Sure. Caroline. I wasn't sure. Her father, Zach. We've got something going on here too. Just not sure where she is on the chart exactly. Oh, shoot. What was it? WRTD? WRTD is your local investigative jazz radio station. During their news segments, they've been talking about the plane crash. The most recent hour, they talked about a picture stolen from Carl's office. The lady stole! The lady didn't just take stuff from the office, she like freaking stole it. The psychologist interviews said there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. This means it was someone close to the family. Yeah, I think she's probably a Roottree, who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The culprit may have had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say they have it in their possession. A comment below the article says, "Don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Roottree curse being a real true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered, and the picture had evidence on it." Roottree curse? There's a long, rambly conspiracy website with very small, very red text on a black background that says the Rootrees are cursed. It has been very recently updated. Important update: with Carl, Brenda, and their girls, that makes 5 new deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents of the Roottrie company have died mysteriously. We don't need to know their cause of deaths, it's not Obra Dinn. They say Guy's car. Okay, Guy is a president. Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 90... Oh, hold on. Let's do something like this here. Presidents. Oops. I want to do multi-line notes. Guy. 1982. Ernie Madsen Jr. Or Ernie M. Jr. Madsen. There was a Nicole Madsen earlier. Ernie Madsen Jr. stepped down. And then Carl. So these guys are presidents. 3. Including Carl. And then Elias was a president, so we already have our first president. First president. 5th president. That's all the dates we have so far. There is another entry that claims if you connect the dots in the pattern of the 5 pieces wrapper, it creates a Mayan ruby skull, a secret message meant to subliminally scare people away. The post before that has a link to a site that talks about how Earth has 4 corners, simultaneous 4-day time cubes. The author of the site seems to agree. Chris Raff at prodigy.us sent the owner of the site an email asking him to take down the faked proof that Ernie Madsen Jr. actually had a heart condition and wasn't poisoned. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows the proof was fake because he's an expert at creating fake evidence. Oh, this seems somehow relevant even though I don't know how. No! Because I didn't... Oh my gosh. Okay. Elias first. Guy. Ernie. Just took away my notes because I didn't press save on it. Ernie Madsen Jr. So the official story is that he was poisoned? But someone... Chris Raff. So this site was saying that Ernie Madsen Jr. was poisoned, and someone emailed with proof saying no, it was a heart condition thing, and they don't believe it. It sounds more like the heart condition is the thing. That's all we got for now. Chris Raff. Raff? Clark Rafferty? Chris Raff. Like, maybe somebody here. Raff. There is a Chris Rafferty. Interesting. I would say it's probably here. Let's just hold out a little bit, maybe. The first entry is from 96 and has a blurry picture of the Roottree Candy Company factory. Operation RT-29 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on February 29, 1906. Thomas Overwood. Lots of terms we have here. This is more like a conspiracy theory, but we gotta exhaust the thing. More conspiracy websites. Some people are claiming the Rootrees are changing the candy recipe to include more chemicals. They claim that due to a loophole in the calendar, it's possible to get away with nearly any crime on a leap day, so as long as it isn't discovered until the day it's over, and that every 4 years, the Roottree company hosts a meeting with foreign agents to conspire and poison our children. Roottree candies contain polyglycerol, polyricinoleate. They claim that it is this wasn't here originally, they claim that it was added to addict people and induce mind control. It's an emulsifier in chocolates approved by the FDA, so this is probably just some conspiracy theory stuff, although I'm curious about Thomas Overwood. This guy has a bunch of different conspiracy theory sites. The truth behind Spirit Cola. Stock markets and the devil's numbers. No, we're going too far. We're going too deep in. This is probably not too much anymore. Other, hold on. Okay, Maple Crisps. President. Ernie was the president. Ernie Madsen Jr. Ernie Madsen Jr. He's not famous. What about Business Watch? Ernie Madsen Jr. Due to heart illness, stepping down as president in 1996. Well, whether he died or whatever doesn't really matter to me. Step down 1996. His second cousin Carl took over. So the fourth president then. Okay, this is the important part. It's been 13 years since Ernie was forced to step into the role of the president unexpectedly. Unexpectedly, because Guy died? Maybe? Back then, not much was known about the man other than his full name. In the years since, he has taken on a bit of a reputation as a real-life Wonka. A bit eccentric, reclusive. He wanted to be called Ernie Jr. Didn't want the luxuries of being a Roottree. He's led Roottree to record profits by developing new products, including the Maple Crisps and the Root Dot clothing line. With his cousin in 92, after learning his wife is a fashion icon. What about Guy Roottree? So it said second cousin, right? Ernie Jr. Carl's second cousin. Wait, if Ernie Jr.'s second cousin is Carl, does that mean that Carl's second cousin is Ernie Jr.? It works like that, right? Second cousin means you share great-grandparents, but not the same grandparents. So Carl Carl's here. His parents are here. His grandparents are here. Do not share grandparents, so this cannot be Ernie Jr. These can be Ernie Jr. Gwen's kids. Miracle Senior's grandkid could be Ernie Jr. Probably not, judging by how this part of the family is all about preaching. Could be over here. Okay, there's a lot of people here. This is it's not enough for us to narrow it down. Doesn't mention anything about any deaths, so we can't use that as a way to check either. Is there one more clue here? Nikki and Nina. I want to check. Are these names on this? Nikki? Nina. No? I didn't think they were relevant. Didn't even finish reading the diaries yet. My god. One at a time. One at a time. The image that accompanied a story about local art in the Butler Country Times. It is captioned, Caroline standing next to her sculpture. Oh! Picture of Caroline. 8 clues here. Yeah, we chased this thread a little earlier, but we didn't figure out where to put it down. Caroline Morden. Carl's sister. Carl's sister? Like direct sister, right? Carl... Wait, how can she be Carl's sister? Because Carl's sister would be somebody on this... Somebody that comes out from here, but I'm not seeing any other thing here. Did I put that wrong? Because I hand wrote that note. Caroline Morden. Caroline talks about influences. She was one of the youngest in her generation. Her sister Gwendoline and cousin Bonnie. So Caroline has one sister. It's gotta be a tree where there's multiple people. She was one of the youngest in her generation. It cannot be this one because Caroline... Yeah, I don't think I wrote Carol's sister, but that was wrong probably. It could be this. Caroline and Gwendoline. And then there's a cousin Bonnie somewhere. Did anyone else have more than one kid? See, there's more than one kid here as well. One of the youngest in her generation, though. All these people have had multiple kids. Her father is Zach, her marriage to Mark. We have so much about her. We just don't know where she is. Forget about her for now. But we know it's her. And then, so that means that the picture here? This picture, I mean. This is Caroline, and why is there a kid here? Did someone bring their kid to this photo? Oh! I didn't take this picture. Miracle's tie! Miracle's tie, dude. Yeah, like his son was doing this. I think this is probably... Yeah, it's the same picture. I need a brand new start somewhere. Bonnie. Next president, Guy Hudson. Guy Hudson. Yes, there's all these names here. Gwyneth M, Gwendoline, Miracle Jr., Jim Clark, Eli M, Guy Hudson. He has a twin sister. So Guy Hudson is in the... That just now was the Free Spirit generation. Okay. Guy Hudson and his twin sisters. They were in the company's ads as children in the Boys and Girls Agree era. Now Guy is taking over at the end of 1977. Became Prez in 1977. The only point of contention is Guy the third president or the second president? I think the third. Who would have guessed that one of these adorable redheads? Guy credits his mother and father, Angie and Christopher, with providing his fiery due. Arguing over everything but chocolate would grow up to take over the whole company. Guy's uncle, current president Zacariah. Okay, we've got the presidents figured out. Elias, Zacariah, second, Guy, Ernie, and then Carl. Zach is Caroline's dad. Wait, is it? Zach was quoted as saying, "Now that our daughters have started families of their own, Claire and I plan to reflect on a life well lived." If Guy is a free spirit, then Zach is the next gen. Zacariah, second president. Wife, Clara. Guy's new to the business world, but he's family. We at Roottree have faith in his innovative ideas. Zacariah Roottree. Did I spell that right? Nope. Nope. I'll just take some of this. Oh, I'm getting bits and pieces, but not much on how to put it down. Maybe we should start top up, because we know there's five here. At the moment, Margot, we don't have a picture, but we have do we have like a 5-piece picture? There might not have been a reunion for the 5 pieces. Here we go. Whoa, alright. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the 5 pieces. This is famous. Pop had it framed. That's him on the left. This is the lawyer? Let me just do this one at a time. Maybe I should be reading the whole thing before immediately jumping to all this. That's the second one filled out. It was in 1935. The new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo, since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendoline. I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. They're being a little bit evasive. This is only the 5 pieces? But Miracle is a 5-piece, but he's significantly younger than everyone else. This is Miracle? Can we say that? Does Miracle Senior have a picture? Miracle, really? Oh, here goes nothing. I gotta get the picture first. The oldest daughter? I would say it's this one, but who really knows? One of this is probably Elias Jr. as well. We need to figure out the names of these people. This is from Lauren's perspective. Angie and Lauren were here. Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendoline. Lauren's aunt is Gwendoline. Well, let's put Miracle down for now. Job. Probably a preacher. Okay, that one we didn't really know, but... Well, if your son's a preacher, and your grandson's a preacher... Oh, Nicole Smith, we got it right. And the pictures are right too. Oh.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it.
Why don't I believe you?
But I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed. I'm a Roottree.
I figured. No one else would have this level of investment in this whole family tree.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more, in person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
It does seem kind of like, I don't know, they're an old-fashioned family and they generally don't really approve of what the women do around here, so I think it would make sense to me that, hey, the woman's trying to do something and she has to do it secretly, because otherwise people will disapprove. And she seems a bit older too, so she might be like Carl's generation. Or even older? Maybe. Yeah, but hey, so this is still not Clark. Who is Clark then? Which one of these pictures is Clark? I'll just keep trying a different one every time, because Clark is supposed to be here, right? Is Clark- wait. Is Clark in one of those pictures? Maybe not. No, Clark is here. Clark is here. Yeah, this is a pretty... The family photos are a really good hint as to the names of everyone. The orders we're trying to figure out, but yeah. Okay, this is just a face blindness issue. Which one did I try already? I don't know, man. Which one are you? Your hair? So I thought it was this one. And then it's not this one, and it's not that one. It's not this one, is it? Seriously? We'll find out next time. Okay, what was I doing before this? Just seeing some of the stuff locked in here. The Miracle is extremely young. That just makes me wonder, like, is this family really... Huh. Widespread in the ages, Margolite. This is one of two women in the picture. Gwen's mother. We don't know what Linus looks like, but Gwen is blonde. Which makes it pretty likely it's this one. I'll put it down because I do believe in that. And then that would mean that I'm pretty sure the other woman would be this one because we had a note. I'll have to reference it again just to double check. The oldest was a daughter. Elias kids. See, 5 pieces. This is a 5 pieces thing. Put it up here. 1909, Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children. Yes. A daughter. Whoever that is. A daughter? Okay, well, it has to be this person. The one who was in the middle of the picture, which might... We know the guy became a lawyer. Clancy became a lawyer, and then the other 3... Miracle is a preacher, which means that the president... This should be the president? The second president? Assuming that it very normally just passed from Elias to his son and... might be a bit of an assumption though. Eli Jr. designed a warehouse. We need that somewhere. Elias kids? I don't know where this is. Lauren's relation to the five pieces is that, yes, she's like the niece of them. They're all uncles and aunts to her. Her dad is Clancy. Yeah, okay. Okay, wanna go back to her... What's this? Instead of returning, the person who hired you called you on the phone. They claimed they were a Roottrees. They also told you they'd give you more of an explanation the next time they returned. I didn't finish reading this diary. Granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Oh, Cassell! Her mother's family was called the Cassells. Cassell. Cassell Sarah. Done. Doesn't really count, but better than nothing. Lauren's father was in the five pieces. Next generation, Lauren's generation, free spirits, including her son, Clark, who was kind of a mess. Even just rereading this stuff sometimes gives us new clues, huh? It's nice. There's one clue in this one. Just being able to see it from a different context. Gwen is an only child. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. So when you say 3 younger brothers, yes, these are all men. 3 younger brothers. We could probably get their picture from the next gen picture. Yes. Aunt Margot is Gwen's mom. Lauren's stuck with Clark, her son. Yeah, let's move on to the next one for now. Dynasty, 1958. It focuses on the day her grandfather announced he would step down as president, and the meeting to determine his successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president. Oh. But that's what he gets for holding on to it for so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got the time for candy. His son is Eli Jr., the architect. Architect. Yeah? With preachers, lawyers, and architect. Oh, and because this woman was probably also a housewife because, yeah, Lauren said that Gwen was the first woman in the Roottrees who was not a housewife. Are you Eli Jr.? How many did we fill in? This might be a crapshoot. 1. How many did we fill in? 2. I think we need 1 more to confirm. Maybe the name? The daughter's name? Anyway, keep reading. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family, since we still have the Roottree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who was volunteered. Isn't Pop Clancy? Because Lauren called her father Pop. Are there multiple Clancys? Let me just try. There's a Clancy Jr., of course. Where does he fit in? Well, oh, it's probably one of her 3 brothers. Yes, Clancy, and then Clancy Jr., somewhere around here. Next gen. Clancy's son, Lauren's brother. Clancy Jr. Lauren, 3 brothers. I don't know if it's more effective that I'm writing notes in the middle of reading. I'm just stopping reading entirely to do this. But there's so much everywhere. So Clancy got volunteered to be president. Instead, it ended up going to Zac. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, Zac's surname is not Roottree. He was the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Zac. His last name doesn't match. Right, because the firstborn 5-piece is a woman. So his last name is his father's last name. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always had very particular views when it came to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zac, and I'm next oldest of us all. But he just laughed. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma I wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with the catty remarks, countered back. Maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Ooh. Zac. Zacariah? Zacariah? Look, okay. First, this is the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Oh. But when you say firstborn son, you mean the son is... It's the first time you're having a son. But what if you had a daughter beforehand? Oh my god. Morden. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people with the name Morden. It's a big family. It would make sense that it's this part of the place. Caroline is a Morden. Zac? I'm not very confident about this, but we should put it down somewhere. Maybe let's leave that one alone for now. There's some clues about Angie being older than Zac, some people in the next gens. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm starting to lose focus here. There's a lot going on. Sam Clark. Clark? 1964 Clark. Final entries. Clark's getting married and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sake, and Danielle isn't much older. Danielle, we're still missing one woman for Clark. Danielle. Done, okay. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. Musician, artist, dancer? The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. That means Clancy is Carl's dad then. Yes, this is Clancy Jr., who is a professor. We learned elsewhere. Probably. And then one of these... Okay. Maybe I'm just getting old. Should I keep this just to remember myself what this was all about? Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge. Professor? And the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Is that because they married a black woman? Maybe? It was back in the day. Pop seems to have gotten over it, or maybe they're gay. But I don't think they would be that accepting in the family either, though. It could be... just keep an eye out for that kind of thing. Pop seems to have gone over it because Edward's set to take over his department once he retires. Edward? What? What is this about? Edward. Is Edward another brother? Lauren's brother? And as for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Yes, Swashbuckle My Heart. Let's look into this later. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. There were twins mentioned somewhere. Oh, wasn't Zach a twin as well? Zacariah was a twin? Oh my goodness. I am so... You know what? Let's not worry about that. Zacariah... Now that all of our Clara and Zach... Yeah, Zacariah. I just don't know. It's Zacariah. It's not Zach. Yeah, it's Zacariah. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home early next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits, and any other family, they'd all end up on the streets, even Clark. Especially Clark, you mean? Clark is... He's going through people, like... Yeah, that's a lot of people that he's going through. Should I just put Zacariah here? Morden? I don't... Morden. So this woman is a Roottree, but then is there a Morden that's a man? Aside from Zacariah? James? Something like that? These guesses are kind of vague. I don't want to put it down just yet. I know I'm going to forget about it, but we'll come back to it eventually. If it's meant to be. Lauren... Roottree? Is it Roottree? Not? What? No! That's... Why did I copy and paste that? No! Swashbuckle My Heart! What are you talking about? Did you use your old name? Rafferty. No copies available, re-released as X marks the spot. X marks the spot. Nothing relevant. Yeah, okay, dead end. New system coming fall 1999. Great. We're starting to run out of clues here. We gotta go back and figure something new out. Hey, it says Aunt Gwendoline for the 5-piece picture. This is from Lauren's perspective. Mr. Morden. Mr. Morden is... Wait. Because we have the names of all of the people right now except for the oldest daughter. Is it Aunt Gwendoline? There's only 2 available aunts, Aunt Margot and Aunt Gwendoline. Yeah. Okay. That means you're Aunt Gwendoline. Gwen... You're Roottree. Oh my god, what? Wow, that's tricky. You're Roottree though. You're Roottree. Oh! Oh, that's it? Dang, I wanted to put in some other stuff first before we did that, because I wanted to check more. LaSalle, okay. Good. But then Morden? I think the husband, Mr. Morden, is James then. Because of this list, there's only 2 men, and we know that one is her son. So the other one that is, like, the one where the Morden name came from should be James. But there's 2 people here. The firstborn son is Zach, who is the president. I'm just not confident that it's this one though. Firstborn son Doesn't mean that the daughter is younger than the son. I need to look around a bit more. Let me pour through my notes again. I wish there was a way to search through the notes. Hey. I don't know if this is hard enough of an evidence, but Zach was quoted as saying, now that our daughters have started families of their own, and if you look here, this part of the family, one child started, when you say start a family, you mean have children, right? Getting married alone is not considered starting a family, I think. So like these two people here got married, they didn't have a kid. But these two people did get married. And there's like some complicated stuff going on here. Yeah, they split up. So this makes me feel like Zach is actually this one then. But kind of circumstantial. Want to just put it down? And just hope for the best? Yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it. Clancy. This surname doesn't match the candy. Oh, you know what we could do? Did we not find anything about this because we were searching for Roottree earlier? Zacariah Morden. Boom! Zach Morden, son of James and Gwendoline Morden, grandson of Elias Roottrie. Oh man, this has nothing. This has nothing! Because I figured out your mom and your dad's name already. Angie's older than Zach, and I'm the next oldest of us all. Says Lauren. Angie? I tried searching Ange, and there's only one person that could be an Angie. She's a Morden. If she is directly a sister of Zach, and Angie's older than Zach, then this has to be Angelica. And then this would have to be Zach. Yeah, so I think I was right earlier in thinking that, oh yeah, our daughters have both started their own families. And then one of these... Wait, so Zach, you're the president. Second president. This having been the first. One of the kids of Angie is Guy Hudson, which means the husband's name is Hudson. Which is probably same process as how we did this earlier. It's Christopher then. But which one? Does Guy Hudson have any children? Hudson Bonnie. Yeah, Lauren said there was something about Bonnie somewhere before. Cousin Bonnie. Not exactly sure what though. I think I feel better about reasoning out like that though. Let's see. So... what do we do here? Angie's kids. Guy. And... what was the other one? Bonnie. Who is older? I just started reading all my notes again from the beginning, and sometimes things do make more sense. Okay, hold on, what is this? Redheads. Guy Hudson. Yes, we read about this already. They're twin sisters. Well, then how would you know who should be first then in the family tree? Wait, yeah. Right. Guy credits his mother, Angie, and Christopher. Yeah, we knew this already. He has red hair. His uncle is Zach. Clara. Oh, did I put down that Zach's wife is Clara? Clara. Lansing Clara. That's probably correct. Guy has red hair. Chances are that came from... his dad? Well, it would help if we had a picture. Which we do, don't we? Oh, this is the next gen. I've been avoiding this picture for a little bit. I haven't really looked at it completely yet. I haven't even looked at all the clues completely yet, really. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next gen. Caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left. This is Eli. Since to me, he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. Eli? Eli is probably one of Lauren's brothers. Which one though? But I was outvoted. Oh, wait. I wanted Eli to stand to the left, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together. This is Lauren. So the brothers are probably these 3 then. Oh, and there's Miracle. You can tell by the time. And so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen, because she was in Paris with her kids. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it made it fair that Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. This is old Miracle. Old Miracle. Why is he in here? Just to watch for his own kid, or like, what's going on? Let me just put that down then. Old Miracle, I think. Yeah, he doesn't look that old though. Does that mean that this is Miracle Jr.? Well, the other kid doesn't even have a photo, so it's gotta be. Hopefully. Gwen was too good. Because she was here. Yes. And, I think, yeah, this is still wrong for Clark. Did I not pick the picture for Clark? Or like, none of these are Clark? Really? Seriously? Fine, I'll just leave it alone for now then. I can't get it. This is Lauren. This is Lauren. Redhead. There's a redhead here. Angie? Angie is the redhead? Which one's Sam? I don't think I've heard of Sam before. But Sam's not part of this generation then, because they're like, Grandma said we should include Sam, but even though we didn't want to. Let's put down the picture for Lauren. This is Lauren? Does it look like Lauren? I think so. The hairstyle looks similar. Hopefully that's Lauren. I don't know, man. People and their faces. Yeah, I was looking at this too. I am pretty sure this is, just by the process of elimination of the last names, this is Chris Rafferty. And earlier we read something online about how he was trying to tell the conspiracy website owner to take some stuff down. Maybe he's some sort of a lawyer as well. I'm not sure yet, but I'm pretty confident leaving this one here. There was no other Raffertys. This is it. It's his kid with Jane. Damn, we had kids with both the LaRue sisters. That's messed up. Anyway, though, back to Angie. So Angie may be the redhead. And then Gia's like, I got my red hair from my mother. Who, can I also guess was a housewife? Because Gwen is the first woman who was not a housewife. Wait. No, it's not such a consistent thing anymore because Lauren herself was an author. So this housewife might be a bad guess. Leave it there for now. What happened to the picture? Yes. The 3 brothers. One of them is cousin Bonnie here too, right? Who's Bonnie? You're Bonnie? I guess. Can I also check if I got every single head in this picture? Oh, there is one more head I didn't get. That must be Clark then. Is that the reason why I couldn't get it the whole time? Does that look like Clark? Sure. Give it another go. What was I doing just now? Bonnie? One of this is Guy, one of this is Bonnie. Hudson. No, but the picture of the woman there had black hair. So Guy only got the red hair? Interestingly enough, it's because Zach didn't have any sons, so I guess the presidency went down to Guy instead. But if Guy didn't have any children, then the fourth one was Ernie Jr. And I'm not sure how, and then Ernie Jr. went to Carl. Probably all part of this free spirits line here. There's just so many children on this line. Wait, I'm so confused now. There's so much to look at. I need to just like sit here a little bit without commentating and look at it. Who the heck is Sam? Eli. Okay, the brothers? The three brothers. Eli. So we have a Clancy. We have an Eli. We have some other brother. Clancy Jr. Eli. Good enough for now, maybe? This one is just for purposes of putting a name to the face. I feel like this is Clancy Jr. because it feels lawyery and Clancy was a lawyer. Complete guesses, but I can... This guy's a little bit shorter too. Who's this then? What's this? Shiva candle. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible. And Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. Having closed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Who died? Ernie? Was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. Ernie Jr. died! Ernie Madsen Jr. This is Ernie Madsen Jr.'s wife and child. Ernie was a man full of love. As for myself, it's impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Is this about the heart then? It's not poison? There's some organ donating going on here. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that without the two of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie. So Ernie Jr. Oh. This is the free spirits then. Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. Is it the free spirits? Next gen? I have some Ernie Jr. stuff under some random thing too. Okay. Ernie Jr. Daughter is Nicole. We had the other Nicole. Wife is Debbie. Edward. Oh! Lauren's brothers. Eli, Edward, Clancy Jr. Maybe? They all pursued paths of knowledge. In what order, though? And what about the pictures? Still a mystery. Let's finish reading this diary. Jeez, man. Still more clues here. Sam! 1963 Sam. From a previous entry, you learned that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, "Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. But I was told, trim their branches from the family tree. So why Sam special? Nothing adds up. And I'm not the only one to realize. Someone cheating? Some illegitimate child somewhere?" Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. Ernie Jr.? At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Anderson farm was Grandma's farm? Was Sam a farmer then? Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books, so he used to work at the Anderson farm. Dude, then yeah, he has some secret relation to Gwyneth probably. Eli? Miracle's youngest, not my brother. God, stop using the same names. Right, so Miracle's young... Oh, I might want to put that down right away actually. Before I forget. Miracle's youngest. This Miracle's youngest? Eli? Oh, but we don't know their middle names. Eli. Eli is short for Elias. It's C or M. But is it C or M? Apparently when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that was proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? Oh, there's some juicy family drama here for sure. But Lauren's too young to get to find out about it. Anderson Farm Eli? I need to figure out Elias M or Elias C. Oh, dude! I just realized it says this guy's Eli right here. This is Miracle's youngest, Eli. And it also says Eli M right here too. I had a guess going on for why it might be M over C. I wasn't sure about it though, but now that I see this, I'm pretty sure I'm right. So Eli is this one, and you're Eli M. Miracle had two sons. One's named Miracle Jr., the other is named Elias Miracle. Eli C? His dad is Clancy, so it's probably Elias Clancy. I just don't know which one it is. Like, Lauren has three brothers. What's the order? One is Clancy Jr. Oh, they do this all the time, dude. Clancy has a kid named Clancy Jr. and then Elias Clancy Jr. Or whatever. Do you think I should just randomly put it down anyway? Because it's not gonna fill out until I get the occupation right. So just to remind myself that, hey, one of them is Elias C. I guess we could do that. What was the other brother's name again? We had another brother. Clancy, no, I just wrote down Clancy Jr. and Eli, so that's what we have right now. A third brother's name is somewhere. Okay, we'll leave it alone for now. And the picture, we have the picture, we just gotta figure it out properly. I think back on this end though, there's more that I have now. Okay, just think about it like this. The husband's name here is Morden. We have Angelica Morden, we have Zach Morden. Angelica Morden, this Morden last name didn't get passed on. These are Hudsons. One of them is Guy, one of them is Bonnie. I'm thinking this one is Guy. Because we know that he's the president. He became the, was it the third? Second president? Second president. But then, we know that later on, No, he's the third president. Sorry, it's been a day. I'm getting it all mixed up. Third president. Because later on, it doesn't become his son. Like, there's no son here. He didn't have a kid. And that's why the presidency went back to somebody in the same generation as him. Because if he's this one, then I feel like, unless if both of these are daughters, then that's also possible. But this is my preliminary guess for now. Hudson. Bonnie. And we know they have red hair. I think we know their pictures too, because there's only 2 people with red hair. It's these 2, right? Their hair is noticeably a little bit redder. And she's pregnant. Right, this is a dangerous guess. Is she really pregnant? I don't know, she could just be going through a bit of a tough weight loss period. I'll say that for now, though. And they do look like brother and sister. And she would probably be a housewife because of the whole thing about Gwen being the first non-housewife woman in their generation. So if these 2 are done, then I think we just need one more. We need like a picture of Zach to confirm something. Bonnie, Hudson. Well, the kids won't have a Hudson last name then, depending on what the husband's name is. And then it doesn't matter here. Going back to the Mordens. Morden? Okay. Zach Morden. He's the man, so the 2 kids here, they should have the Morden last name too. One is Caroline, one is Gwendoline. I don't think we know for sure which one. I know Caroline has one daughter, at the minimum, but both of these had children. Caroline was the one where her daughter is trying to run for the mayor or something. And I think she may like women because of the self-portrait art and the beauty of women. Which, yeah, it would lean... Just looking at the structure of this tree though, I feel like it would be this one because there's some splitting up here and then a guardianship. So did she have like a female companion at this point? It's not... We can switch it. We can switch it if we're wrong. Just start putting stuff down more aggressively. Don't wait until we're absolutely clear. She's an artist, right? There you go! These... okay. James Morden, Lance and Clara. Hudson Christopher. Yeah, some of those spare pictures. Miracle. Feels like Miracle, just looking at the stuff here, are they a bit favored in the family? Miracle gets to be in every single picture, basically, just because of his younger age, and he has to be with his son, and blah 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 blah. Okay, we didn't have an occupation for Elias M, so we didn't lock him in yet. Finally, we got Clark's picture, though. Caroline Morden. Okay, so this is Stephanie then. This is Stephanie Jones. Wait, what? Was it not Stephanie Jones? Wait, did I misremember her name? No, she became Stephanie Jones after she got married, maybe. It's Stephanie Jones. See, look, it says Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least. What do you mean by unconventional? You mean like gay? Yeah? But why Stephanie Jones not... Did we read about... was she like using a fake name or something? Stephanie, your first name shouldn't have changed. But there's 2. Stephanie Landon or Stephanie Catrell? Catrell? Sam Catrell? Landon? Mark? So I was trying to figure out what the... like maybe the first husband's name? What last name would she have? That's a bit... You can try searching. Right. We went down this line before. I'm pretty sure. Stephanie Jones. Stephanie Jones, born Stephanie Landon, until her marriage to local business owner Brian Jones. There you go. Do we want to note that down in our notes, or do we just want to... I feel like I spend more time doing my notes than actually filling this in sometimes. Wasn't it Brandon? Jones? Oh, Brian Jones. She is a politician, I guess. We can get the picture from here. I don't care about this guy. But we'll put it in. There you go. And then... Stephanie grew up in a home without a father, with my mother and her partner. Oh! I don't think we've read this specific article before, have we? Nothing highlighted here. No, we have! Have we? We have read this before, right? But I didn't really highlight anything down from it because I thought she's too far removed to be important. Turns out, no. Yes, my mother and her partner. Yes, we've read this. I didn't even catch on to my mother and her partner thing. But this makes it a little bit more annoying. So Landon, her father's name is probably Landon. Mark Landon. But then Caroline's current partner, her name would have no influence on Stephanie's name. So this is gonna make her harder to locate. Oh! Didn't we have like a... There was a... Oh, hold on, let me find... I'm pretty sure I had a note about this. Caroline wrote a note. She made it out to Stephanie and another name. Like a female name. Didn't she? Oh, yes, Caroline divorced to Mark. Mark Landon. Her marriage to Mark, her father Zach. She was the youngest. Oh, Caroline was the youngest in her generation. Right, so she is this one then. Yes. Yeah, cousin Bonnie. We do have all this stuff already. We just gotta go through the notes more carefully and make it make sense. Caroline Morden. Dedicated to Eloise and Stephanie. 1987. Right, so I feel like that would mean that Eloise is the woman. Oh, no last name? Eloise? Well, she's not important anyway, she's not a Roottree. This isn't the biggest of deals. Gwendoline Morden? We have one more picture for Caroline because of the Free Spirits portrait. Which one is she? This one? Glasses? I'm face blind. Don't look at me like this. I feel like the face looks more like this one. Yeah. But then Gwendoline might be a different story. Gwendoline has 3 children. Stephanie, we know her job. She's trying to run for city council, which would make her... What would that make her? What's the name? Politics. We have one filled out again. Hopefully that's gonna help us. I know the middle part is gonna be kind of hard, but once we get closer to the end, when things start narrowing down, it's gonna get easier again, hopefully. I almost feel like guessing Elias M as a preacher just because his whole family is a preacher. That's probably not the case. Zach? If we have pictures for Angie and Zach. Angie and Zach. So Guy and Bonnie have red hair. Does Angie have red hair? Or does it come from their dad? I'm very much inclined to say this is Angie and this is Zach because of their hair color. But does the hair color come from their mother? And I realize this is probably Sam too. Because they're like, oh, Sam doesn't even know why she's here. I thought Sam was a guy, but Sam is a unisex name, so no, I think this is her, because everyone else is kind of smiling. Maybe not this kid. No, we know these are the three brothers of Lauren. And then this is Angie, this is Zach, these are the two miracles, and this is Sam. Right, we just have to figure out where Sam is. So's Angie. You think we'll get it? You think we'll get it? Yes! We need to be more aggressive in guessing stuff. Not blind guessing, but like when you narrow it down to 2 spots, just start plopping names down. If it's wrong, then we'll revise. Morden Gwendoline. Well, she's probably a housewife, just by you know, what Lauren said before. Oh, but Lauren was 1 generation above though, so that might not hold true for the women in this line anymore. Okay, hold on. No, it's not true because Caroline is an artist. Okay, don't do housewife here then. Don't. Anything that's burning? Bonnie Hudson has an extra picture. We don't know too much about this part of the family. Elias Jr.'s, and there's some top secret thing attached to it too. Maybe there's some illegitimate children or cheating happening. Which is actually quite likely. Okay, I see 2 Sams in the list here. Catrol Sam is a man, and Samantha Roottree is a woman. So we know that Samantha's last name is Roottree then. She's a distant Roottree relative that got included in the next gen picture. I would expect her to be here. I don't have any hard proof, just because, well, she's part of the next gen generation, right? And the other families seem to know each other pretty well. Lauren's like, oh yeah, Gwen was too good to make it here, she's in Paris, and the miracles are here. And then me and my 3 brothers are here. And then Zach and Angelica are here, so I feel like it makes sense that this is Sam. I don't have any hard proof though. And Elias Jr.'s daughter shouldn't be a distant relative, I feel like. But this is part of my campaign to be a bit more aggressive about guesses. Let's do it. Roottree... Sam? Samantha Roottree. And I think Lauren's diary also mentions... Yeah, I think when I first read this entry, I thought Sam was a man, because they mentioned that she works on the farm. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands. And this part. Oh, Sam taught Eli how to make his bike faster, and they didn't think it was proper. I thought they didn't think it was proper because Sam was a farmer and, like, not part of the family. Like, why are you talking to a Roottree? No, it's because Sam's a woman! It's because Sam's a woman! Nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs. Why is Elias Jr.? I'm mixing all the names up in my head now. Elias? Well... let's put farmer down. Farmhand? Yeah, this part of the tree seems a little bit isolated. We just haven't gotten any information on anybody here. They don't really hang out with the rest of the family. Maybe, according to my current guesses. Clancy. I want to say Clancy is this one. Just because he looks like a lawyer. Or he looks like a professor. But it's one of those pictures. One of them is Elias, and the other is, a brother whose name we've probably come across somewhere. Edward. Lauren's brothers all pursued paths of knowledge. Pop seems to have gone over it. The Edward married somebody... No. This is Lauren complaining about how her son was getting married too young. This is the beginning of the article. And then she mentions that Edward's gonna take over Pop's department once he retires. So Edward is one of the brothers then. At this point, I don't know if Edward's older or Elias C is older, but I'm just gonna plop down Edward here for now. And if he's taking over the department of his dad, you would also have to be a lawyer, right? Yeah, I don't know if it's this one. Like, who's Jim's dad? A lawyer giving birth to a kid who became a musician later? Different paths in life? Don't know yet. This is also some sort of pursuit of knowledge. Professor, lawyer, Elias C. Zach's not a bad president. His sisters are doing good job raising her twins. Yes, Bonnie and Guy are twins. But Bonnie's the older twin. Brother Trouble was a 1989 sitcom about two 16-year-old brothers the same age. One adopted, played by TMS, Raina's husband, and Dustin Christopher Baker. Their single mother, played by stand-up Penelope Tessa Green, often had to navigate her job as a magazine columnist as well as the troubles that come with raising two boys. Extremely competitive. Oh! The showrunner was a small screen director, Ron Roottree. Who the hell is this? Oh my god, what? What? The hell? Hold on. Where do I even put this information? I don't know. Wait, Ron Roottree, as in like Ronald Roottree? One of Jim's kids? Oh, Ronald and Robert or whatever. They mentioned the alliteration. The show had strong ratings throughout the entirety of season 1, rocketing both Sheridan and Baker into instant stardom. But it was cancelled. Ron Roottree? Small screen director and the head of RR Productions. He directed stuff. Defunct production company responsible for Brother Trouble. Brother Trouble ended up becoming an ironic name considering the rumors about RR Productions, Ron and Robbie Roottree. Yes, this goes back to... This is Jim's kids. No, it's not Jim's kids. I have them all mixed up. Who was the kid who did the alliteration with their kids? Gwen? Gwen did the alliteration? She married Wild Bill? Yes? One of them is named Ronald, and the other is named Robert. I'm gonna put it down here for now. I don't know which is which. So Ronald is a director. Well, they might both be directors then, because they were both in that production, say. One of them is married, and the other isn't. Why is there a little thing around it though? Hey, let's keep chasing this thread. Yeah, I was using the number. I was just going through the evidence we have and then using the number to see if I should read it more carefully. Brother Trouble? I didn't search that before. Ron. Well, let's keep going here. Robbie Roottree. You find a comment about TV cliches. Why was Brother Trouble cancelled? I think it's because the writing went really downhill in season 2. They actually had an episode where Roxy was addicted to sniffing markers.
Maybe it's due to the rumor about Robbie Roottree in Silver Screen magazine.
There was a link to some kind of article, but it appears to be dead. Silver Screen magazine. Robbie Roottree. Sorry, I just copy and pasted it. Fine. You're nice though. You're nice to look out for me like that. Yes. Silver Screen magazine. Robbie Roottree. Rumor article from 92 that claims that self-taught TV screenwriter Robbie Roottree allegedly was tried and convicted under the name Robert in Paris, which makes sense because we know that they were in Paris. Yes, Gwen and her two sons were in Paris. It seems he again allegedly embezzled from the company RR to fuel a gambling habit that left him hundreds and thousands in debt. He fled to Paris, where he grew up, and assaulted an officer who came to question him. They couldn't get a statement, but received information from an anonymous source, and were able to confirm that there was a trial involving a Robert Roottree around the time that Brother Trouble was cancelled. I was hoping you'd say something about Like who's married or not, because one of them is married, the other isn't. We're getting somewhere though. Screenwriter. Screenwriter and director. And we have pictures too. Again, we just don't know which is which. Oh, one of them went to film school. Remember the picture? Wait, but both of these jobs you would go to film school for. Director, screenwriter. Yeah. That's not too much to go off of. Robert Roottree. Who seems like a bigger gambler? The one who's married and has 2 kids, or the one that isn't? What if we searched Ron Roottree? Don't blame nepotism, he gets results. Ron started his own company. He was born in the States but grew up in Paris with his once famous mother and his brother Robbie. He gobbled up American cinema whenever he could. And then he attended film school. Okay, it's Ronald. I mean, this picture is Ronald, but I don't know if Ronald is the older or younger one yet. Yeah, that's Ronald. He brings charisma for shots, cinematography. He plans to pitch to major TV studios soon as 1986. He's occasionally called upon his younger brother for script write-ups. So it's the other way around. Other way around. Ronald? Robert. Yeah, he's more put together. He's the one with a gambling problem. I'm not really putting stuff down in my notes anymore. But this is going faster. Boom! Boom. Oh, Samantha Roottree was right. Samantha Roottree was right. The siblings, once you get one, you often get the other. Oh, but the other ones... Yeah, these kids... We need pictures. But if we had a picture here, if I just guessed randomly, I would feel kind of like, we just guessed it. Okay, these two are probably Roottrees because the dad is a Roottree. Don't know what the mother is. Younger brother. Did we... I think we tried it on the... We did this already. Wow, Ronald didn't come back with anything. Robbie. Robert. How do I find out about their family? They didn't have any additional pictures because they were all in Paris, so they didn't come for the reunion. This wife, assuming it's a woman, maybe French last name, something like that. Okay, we got somewhere. Is this thread done? I don't want to say it's done because we still have children. The children that we haven't figured out? Ronald Roottree. Dustin Christopher Baker, back to the brother trouble stuff. DCB. Not associated with Roottrees. Penelope Tessa Green. Oh! Retired comedian. There's a result for the Laugh Lounge, a club in Reno. She has a raunchy breast milk cheese routine. She retired for the birth of her first child, but still makes yearly appearances for fundraisers, doing more family-friendly material. There's a picture. Labeled, Jack watching one of his mother's charity sets, 94. Oh? But how are you relevant, though? You're just, a single mother on the Brother Trouble sitcom. But the sitcom was made by Ron Roottree. So this mother could be someone we know. It could be Ron's own wife. Joko Lantern? Yeah, if she's here, she's relevant, right? She's gotta be. Tessa Green. Let me just check. Tessa Green, Penelope. I'm inclined to put her here. I'm inclined to, but I need to verify more. No. Penelope Tessa Green? Oh. First child. The birth of her first child. Jack. Her first child is Jack. We need to put this down somewhere at least. I don't know who this is though. First child Jack. It makes sense to me that he would just choose his own wife. Because it's a small production. They can't hire too many people. But this would be Tessa. No real proof. I just think it is. Oh, hold on. There's a way we can tell. Okay, maybe not. Hold on. There's a kid here. And then there's a second kid here. Jack. Oh, this could be the second child. Like, this is the first child? 94. 97. This is the second child. Joke O'Lantern. Is your kid named Joke? Because I was like, oh, if there's two pictures of the kids, then it can't be this one because there's no extra picture here. But if this is the mother, and this is the smaller kid, this is the bigger kid. Jack Roottree. Joke. No, not Joke Roottree. Okay. Two kids here. This is a... Oh, they look so young. They've got to be kids, right? This is from 90... Oh, what was the year? It's from 94. That's like 4 years ago. This is a... I don't even know if that would be a student or like a baby. This is a baby. This one's a baby, right? This is 97. This kid's like 2. But then the name of the kid... How do we know the name of the kid? Joko Lantern. Oh. They let me put it here. You really have to search everything though, because I didn't think this lady would be relevant at all, but she is. Hey, I think I found where Ernie is. Or I have a guess. Because Carl's second cousin is Ernie. So Carl has a cousin named Jim, who is James, and they're cousins, they're first cousins because they share the same grandfather. So Carl's second cousin, Ernie, has to be someone that's not from the same grandfather. And I don't think it would be Elias Jr. just because they mentioned that Sam is a distant relative, so Ernie shouldn't be either of these kids. And then over here, the tree is already filled out with names. Which means Ernie Jr. would be Miracle Elias M's kid? Ernie Jr.? Oh god. Oh. Okay. Ernest Jr. Madsen. Hold on, Madsen. Whoa, suddenly I'm not so sure anymore. Madsen? Unless... Oh, maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe like Samantha married a Madsen and then one of these is Ernie Jr. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold off on that one then because Ernie... Right, Ernie doesn't even have a Roottree last name. Oh, wow. Okay. What if we do Madsen? It's 2 women, 2 men. No, this can't be Ernie. This can't be Ernie because I'm pretty sure we had a note that Ernie was married to... Yes, because we got the... This is when Ernie passed. Ernie was married to Debbie. This is Debbie. This is Ernie's kid. So Ernie has to be one of these 2. It's not this one. Right. Okay. Yeah. One of these two. And it would make sense. Let's say this one's Ernest Jr. Then this one would be, the father would be Ernest. And then Ernest Jr. And then the Madsen. There's two more. Gwyneth and Nicole. Now let's say Deborah Bean. No, it's this one because this one has a picture. So this is Ernest Jr. I don't know if this is the right way to be doing it, but I mean, we're getting a clue based on who has a picture. This is a true thing. Like this. And then this girl would also be a Madsen. Nicole? Did you say her name was Nicole? Yes. Nicole Madsen. And then it makes sense because there's one more Madsen who is Gwyneth. And Gwyneth married some guy, and that's why their kid doesn't have the Madsen last name. That was the last of the Madsens. Okay, we used a little bit of like circumstantial evidence for this one. I'm not sure if that would solely count, but then you would be the fourth president. Ernest Jr. Oh, so Sam's not that distant of a cousin, right? Oh, no, it's because Sam was distant during Lauren's generation, but then Grandma forced her to be in more of the events, and then I guess by the point of the next generation, they weren't that estranged anymore. Don't have a picture for Ernie Madsen, Gwyneth Madsen. They don't even have the Roottree name. But then they would be in this picture. Yeah, Ernie Jr. Gwyneth Madsen. Yes. Miracle. I don't know his job. This is Ernie. Wait, this is Ernie then by process of elimination, because it's not Eli. This is Ernie. And then I would guess his sister would stand near him. Maybe a bit of a crapshoot. This is Ernie. How many do we have? Oh, Nicole Madsen. How old are you? How old were you in that picture when your dad died? Fairly recently. Like, I just want to say student or something. I don't know. Boom. Kids. Just a bunch of kids. Penelope. Yes. Okay. Oh.
On the phone, I said I owed you an explanation. But I can't reveal everything. Not yet. I'm sure this all seems like deception for deception's sake, so I'll try to explain why. It's true, I'm working with lawyers, but not the candy company lawyers, my publisher's lawyers.
Are you an author? Are you Lauren's kid? Are you Lauren? How old is Lauren in current day?
I'm on the verge of releasing a book, and it's not kind to the Roottrees. Especially Elias and the 5 Pieces. The truth often isn't. But with the plane crash, the publisher is rightfully worried it'll look like I'm making things up to exploit a tragedy.
You wanna do an expose?
So they're doing their due diligence. That's why you're here. To be sure there's enough evidence for an expert to unearth the whole story. If I tell you the whole story now, we can't prove that. I hope you understand. That said, I can say that the work you're doing is very personal to me. To my story, one spot on the tree is more important than the rest. You've likely noticed it. It's locked for now.
Sam?
I'll return one final time, after you fill it in. Also, there are fewer Roottrees left. In a sense, that makes it easier. Use process of elimination. It's also harder to verify when you're right. You'll need 4 blood relatives before they lock from here on out.
Oh, be nice.
I don't have any more evidence for you, but trust your intuition. If something has a high number, it's not a mistake. You're getting closer and closer to the truth. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, we're not... I think earlier in the beginning we took longer because we were trying to read through all the evidence and stuff, but now I'm more trying to go through each piece and seeing which one still has numbers left. Oh my god, why does this one have so many numbers still? But even this has clues? 6? Really? The next time the person returned, they gave you a partial explanation. They hired you to help verify their personal account of the family's history. All that's left to do is to finish the family tree and find what's in the locked space, which they said was personal to them. This one has 6 evidence things? Oh my god. RWTD, I haven't used that in a while. Okay. Oh my god. How does it look right now? Yeah, a lot of them we have names already. Just gotta put names to a picture to the face, a face to the name, and all that. Rafferty, I know Chris Rafferty. I don't know what he is. We need a picture for him as well. Yeah, over here, we just need to match the order of the brothers and the names. And we have 2 other professions already. Okay. Oh, 49. Not 50. Alright, let's take another break. When we come back, we'll finish it off maybe.